Hello again. Yet another day. I didn't do anything yesterday. I was so tired. I went to a textile sort of embroidery group with some friends for my Thursday group, and it was absolutely raining like anything going when I went there, so I was soaking wet, or felt like it. My jacket, my coat was just, it's supposed to be waterproof, but it, you know, it let a little damp through, and it was, I was just so cold. And then I had to wait around a bit after the group to go and get my fish and chips, because there's no point going home again and come back again. And so I went to the library, got a few more books out, which were quite nice, took the other ones back, and then when I got home I had my dinner, my fish and chips, and then I went to bed. Not to sleep. Well, I had a shower to warm up, and then I went to bed, but I was still pretty cold. Oh, I fell asleep, and then I woke up again round about, what time was it, about, I don't know. I woke up several hours later, and then but I was still tired, and I was still whatevered, so I just stayed in bed and I didn't do any of this. But luckily I did a load extra on the first day. So we're now on, well, it's day 3, but you won't see this until tomorrow, because I'm doing day 2, which was, day 2 was apparently, it says day 2, but actually it's still a part of day 1. But let's face it, it's just white, and hence again I'm just doing white again. I've got all this to do of white. But well, so there's nothing exciting really to see in this, and this is what I should remember. This is where you sort of learn things for future Ujima flips, future sort of paintings that you're going to plan to do. And that is, you know, especially if you do content, you know, you've got a YouTube channel, you've got to do it a little bit more. But I wanted to do this painting, and this was the ideal time, because I think it can be done in, well, it can be done, I know it can be done in January. So I wanted to do it, but I will learn for future reference, you know, for other challenges. I will do sort of I will pick my way easily, as they say. But you know, it is what it is. And once I've done this, I mean, I will get onto the pictures shortly. It's over there. I'm just trying to do as much as the white as I can, because it's because it is a bit boring. And, you know, if I'm going to be bored, I might as well do it all if I can, out of the way, and then I can focus on doing the bit that is really good. You know, kind of like treat yourself. Yeah. Yes, at the textile group, we were all learning how to make Dorset buttons. Now, I've made them years and years ago because I wanted to, because basically I grew up in Dorset and we've heard about them for a while. But I wanted to, you know, when this came up, I thought, oh, brilliant, try and recap my memory. And oh my God, I could do the first bit, no problem. The first bit, wrapping around the ring, getting that in the stitches that it needed to be. But it's the cartwheel bit always gets me, and I remember now how I hated doing that bit ages ago. Oh God. But I do remember mastering it ages ago as well. And so I've obviously just forgotten. And it's just, you know, and I know that I can do it because I've done it before. But Yes, well, but I can't remember how I did it from a while ago, which is flipping typical, isn't it? Right. Oh, this didn't take too long to do those. So I am picking up my speed a bit. I haven't been up long. I've only just started this. I woke up again around about 11 o'clock and I've only just started this. What? Well, I started filming. Oh dear. I am liking this Evermoment canvas. And the bloody cat, by the looks of it, has been up here. Even though I did cover it. Yes. Oh, get over there. But so what is everybody doing? You're sort of back at work now, or has the jollities, the Christmas festivities ended and New Year ended and we're all back to reality? We're all back to another speeding year. Oh dear. Oh, done it again. I hate that. When you aim for a certain spot and then it just goes Pete Tong on you. Sorry, Pete Tong, I'm blaming you again. Because I can. I do like that resounding click. Oh dear. So now, nice now, knowing that I got these drills from Evermoment, and for another painting, I asked for B5200 and they didn't have it. They didn't know what it was. And so I said, oh, well, it's sort of like a white. And then this time when I put in my list, I took away the B part from my wants. So I just did 5200s and they arrived. So it's like they knew all along, or they have actually sorted it out and got some. So I'm rather pleased at that, because if I wanted this amount from, say, Smith Speeds, I'd have to pre-order it, and then of course that means then I'd have to wait about a month before because it would be a wholesale lot, because it wouldn't be a standard packet. I mean, a wholesale lot for them is $7.50 for a big bag of 100 grams from Smith Speeds. Whereas when I was getting it like from wholesale type from Evermoment, of course I'd be buying more than one bag, so you know, I was getting more for less, shall we say, as you would expect. But yes, so and then I'd have had to wait for it, but you know, this time it's only waiting once. Whereas before with Smith Speeds, you basically have to wait for them to get to your order, and then for them to put in the order, and then for it to arrive to them, and then for it to arrive to me. And some things I have done that before on colours that I can't get hold of, and they've got the colours, or they know how to word it to them, and stuff. Because I don't know how they can get it. Oh, maybe Evermoment don't have a crew or Blanc. And also their 747s and 775s are a little bit off. And I've always had a difficulty with 762s. I don't know, because in various books, sort of, you know, these, you know, colour books or whatever, you know, the diamond painting books, you know, with the colours and everything else in, 762 is described as a silver grey. And yet you know, the silver grey to what I think would come from, oh God, what's the word? Smith's Beads. That is silver grey. And yet the 762 that comes from Evermoment is more of a, I would say, a stone colour. So I don't know. It's all very strange. I know it's dye lots, but you know, how often do they check that their dye lots are still correct, you know, when they drop them in the basket? Because the dye lots might not be. I think it's something you'd have to check each, you know, quite often. Yeah, at least every 6 months. I mean, that's what I would do. If I ran a diamond painting drill bead sort of, you know, a drill factory, I would be checking that I got all the right colours. Every 6 months I would sort of like recalibrate the old the old system, just to make sure I had the update. But well, I know this is probably very boring for you to watch, but maybe you're just dotting along and you are just listening in, and if that's the case, I apologise if what I'm saying is pretty boring. Now, I've seen lots of people have been doing their 2023 reviews. Oh golly, I would like to do that, but I can't remember. And yes, I do have things sort of partially written down, but I don't. Yes, I've got my box, which tells me of the ones I've completed, or certain ones, but it doesn't say all of them, because some of them I haven't finished, you know, completing their little cards. So it's, you know, and when I get them, I definitely forget when I start them. I know that I did do 3 paintings in when was it? Was it June? I think it was June, because it was Diamonds in Diversity, so I did Pride for that one. It was Diamond Paintings Anonymous's DP for Vets. No, it wasn't DP for Vets. It was I can't remember, but I did Beekeeper for that one. And then it was Summer with the Masters, which I did Klimt's The Kiss. And all those were Diamond Art Clubs. And May, I continued doing my Untamed. Did quite a big... No, I didn't do... I did a fair... I started that one, that was right. Because 2023 was the first time I did DIY DP, because I missed out on the November before, because I didn't know of it then. So, yes, it's... and what else have I done? I finished Luna. I did City Digs. I did the other one in companion to City Digs, which was, what was it? Evening Song even. And what else did I do? Oh, Foxy Wisdom. Foxy Lady. What else did I do? Oh, I don't know, a few others, but I've since taken the paintings, the finished paintings, to my workshop sort of thing, just to get them out of the way. I've got to take a few more, but Yes. We shall see. I've got to go there. I've really got to concentrate and get back into the place, and I haven't been for ages. Now, I went briefly the other day because I had to pick up something, but I haven't been to the workshop and done any more really to it. And I really want to start sorting things out and getting things listed. You know, it's just to get shot of things. Oh dear. So I've got to do that and take lots of photos and just get things up, and at a cheap price as well. I've got to be brave with that one and just do it just to get shot of. And then I can start afresh doing, you know, what I want to do. Which is realistically, I want to do notebooks and notepads and memo pads and that kind of thing. That's the kind of thing I'm drawn to at the minute. That's the only thing. I get so hyper focused on certain things that I end up, you know, doing it. And then once I've overcooked myself with doing it, then I will change again and I'll want to do something different. Oh dear. I don't like being stuck in one place, so to speak. You know, I want to try doing everything. Set my mind to it. And of course, usually it's only seeing, oh, pardon me, it's only seeing other people doing stuff and things that you actually see more things, and so you then think, oh, I haven't seen that before, I want to try that. But then there are some things which I look at and think, I know I can do that, so then I don't want to do it because I know already I could do that, or I like to put my spin on things. But well, I'm sure what's going on there. Oh dear, push up, push up. I know you poured glue, but you can do it and push down because there is a space there for a drill. All right. Oh dear. I've definitely got to get get on track with my budget. I was watching a few like cash stuffings. I mean, I used to do all that kind of stuff, and I must get back to doing that. You know, so I'll take out my money. I'll take out something like 60 quid a week, or I'll take it all out at the beginning of the month actually, because that's when I got it in. So I'll take out 60 quid a week, whatever that would, you know, entail. So a month times 4 roughly, and that would be 240. So 240, and that would be for my food. So 40 quid of that will be for my food, and it worked. I might have to up it to about 50 quid now, but it did work. Well, I had to start thinking properly about food. And my diet was better then, and now it's just gone back into Snacksville and Crapville, which is a big eater up of your money, and with little to show for it. It's not a meal, is it? So And then, what was it, 60 quid? So 40 quid of that was food. And then I had 20 quid left. 10 quid was for my gluten-free light bite. So I only had the small fish. So I've got to go back to that one now. And then there was some money left over of that tenner, which would pay for my my craft group of the week. And then I had £10, which was my personal money. But I would always do like a game out of that, you know, one of these budgeting games. So usually I rolled a dice and I would see what it landed on. And there was other games that I could do. And then I would then put that money aside for, like, you know, that would go into one of my what's it called, what's it called, one of my envelopes, budgeting envelopes. So that could be towards, say, the electric or the gas, or, you know, or usually I think I put them down towards debts, because I made sure that my other money that was left in the bank would cover all my standing orders, direct debits, and pay me debts, you know, and stuff like that. And then at the end of the week, whatever cash left I had in my purse, I would do like the penny challenge with that. So it wasn't a, you know, a proper penny challenge where I think the majority of penny challenges were, you know, you'd save 1p first day, 2p the second day, 3p the third day, and so forth. Penny yearly challenge. I never did that, so I would just put the money in that I had in my purse left over, and it was amazing. I would have money left over, and that would go into a little tub, and that tub became my Christmas pot. And so in that, and it was quite surprising, because I mean, I would have something like 200 or 300 quid at the end of the year, which definitely paid for my Christmas, you know, because I'm a small family. Paid for the Christmas, and it paid for my food at Christmas. And so that was rather good. So I've really got to get back on track with that. Writing it all down, because it's lists and I like lists. So that is one thing I'm determined to do this year again. So that means I've got to work out all my money. And somehow try and fit Klarnas in for Diamond Arts. But even so, even if I don't buy any this year, I mean, I'll use up my my credits. And so I'd use my credits, because I've got nearly $200 worth of vouchers. So I'll do that, and I'll buy with that and finish the paintings that I have in my stash, because I do have a fair few. And it's just crazy. They just sat there. I mean, I've still got a fair few Christmas ones I started, but it's like, you know, I feel odd about doing them, sort of saying, I mean, like now I feel odd about doing it, but I'm basically focusing on this. And once this is finished, if I finish this early, which I'm hoping to, then I can get some of my whips out and finish those, because I'm determined to get a lot of my whips done this year, because I do have a few, mainly because I don't want to what's the word, I don't want to oh dear, I can't remember the word. I don't want to have them left, shall we say. I don't don't want too many out in one hit, because like at the moment I've probably got about eight or 9 whips, and it's crazy. And some of them are like, I've got my Modal Zushi one that I was doing the other day. I call it Art Deco because it sort of has lots of swirls and things like that. I want to do that, but I'm totally not happy with the face. It's a budget one. It's one of these ones from AliExpress, but I'm so not happy with the colours of the face, the flesh. It's too pink, and it disappears in with the there's some of the same pink in the background, so I want to try and rework that. So that one's just sat there on hold, and I just keep looking at it every now and then and trying to think and sort of see which parts are needed. So at some point I'll be able to just continue it and take off what I have put in there, which is face, because it's very hard to see which part is face and which part isn't, and go from there. But we will see. Oh, I am liking this canvas, and I'm glad I paid out the extra for the drills on the canvas and stuff. And I mean, doing cross-stitch conversion, they are not cheap unless you're using up all your old drills. I mean, yes, I've used up a fair few of my old drills, but not many, because I didn't have all the colours for it. But I've got some in here. So I did definitely, I mean, you will have to, when doing cross-stitch conversion, I reckon you will probably have to buy a few. And go from there. But it's I don't know, it's just sort of whatever. But I mean, the canvas, this canvas cost me, was it 50 quid? 50 quid? But boy, oh boy, I'm so glad I did get it though. That's the thing, if it's a pattern of a painting that you really like and you really want, and you want it to be, you know, you like it so much that you feel it's worth, you know, making the effort with it, and you want to get it framed and all that kind of stuff, it pays to get a decent canvas and decent drills. And I mean, I'm loving this, but the drills I probably spent oh god, probably about 90 quid on the drills, maybe more. And then with the canvas, so I'm probably looking at 150 quid for this painting. And then if you see that you've got Diamond Art Club and Diamond Art Studios and their paintings, and you think, golly, actually they are not a bad value, you know, even the high priced ones. So granted, this one you're doing a lot more for it, because you're creating the picture, you're not just, you know, filling the gaps in the numbers and the symbols on a pre-printed canvas. But it is, oh, I like this. Maybe one year I could do a diamond conversion every month. Can you imagine that, doing that? Deciding to do it a whole year. I think you probably have to start off with half a year, you know, the first 6 months or so, or whatever. But that could be quite interesting. There you go, Penny from Calb Sparkles. Personal challenge for you. Use up some of your patterns. And do a cross stitch conversion every month. Because I mean, well, 2 of those months are already sorted, because that's November and May. So it's DIY DP cross, you know, that one. And then January, there's the other one. So that's 3 months already. Just need to add another 3 months somewhere in between, and you'd have hit 6 months worth of cross stitch conversions. I wonder if there's anybody out there who only does cross stitch conversions and that's it. I mean, I got a lovely book from the library. Oh my god, do I want to try it. It is actually, oh, so beautiful. I will show it you in the next video that I do, because I can't go all the way upstairs. I know where it is, so it wouldn't be hard to find, but I'm a little sore today and exhausted, because I wasn't aware that the group yesterday, the embroiderers group, or whatever, embroidery, quilting, sewing group, was so, there were so many people, and of course it sort of threw me, the amount of people there were. So I was hyper vigilant, shall we say, and that means my hearing as well was pretty bad going. It was because with all that extra noise that was going around in the background, I couldn't hear what was being said by those around me, or you know, who I wanted to hear. So it was very tiring, very tiring. But it was good I did it. But oh yeah, because of my anxiety, heightened anxiety, I was it just wiped me out. That on top of all the other bits, it was just Then I was watching Hoarders last night, and that was interesting, because, you know, yes, I do a bit of hoarding. I mean, I don't call it hoarding. I call it, it's because it's mainly craft stuff. And but I suppose hoarding can be whatever. And there was one lady saying how she just gets paralysed with what she doesn't know what she should do. She just, you know, feels completely paralysed into doing where to start and what to do. And I thought, my God, that's just like me. And I kept thinking, well, that's like part of ADHD and autism type of thing, you know, mainly ADHD and stuff. And it was like, oh. But some of the people kept saying, you know, why they hold on to the stuff for when they were, you know, things. And it turns out to a trust issue, a lot of them were saying. And I was thinking, is that why I do it? Because I have to be fiercely independent. Because that's what a lot of them were. Because the majority of them seem to come from, you know, very not all abusive, but some abusive, some, you know, where their childhood was not very good. And to be fair, a lot of them had like PTSD, and so if they didn't have much food when they were growing up, quite a lot of them became food hoarders. And then if someone, there was a person who had loads and loads of clothes and shoes, but she and they were all nice, serious, nice clothes and shoes, but she never had anywhere to wear them, but she would still collect them. And when it came down to it, a lot of it, especially with the food ones, was trust. Having to fend for yourself, feeling, you know, the only person you could rely on when you were younger was yourself. So they became fiercely independent, so they wouldn't accept help, you know, when they needed it and stuff like that. They just muddled through and found their own coping technique, you know, and stuff. So that was very interesting, because I thought, yeah, I have a coping technique, and I suffer from inaction and you know, like paralysis, where you can't just, you don't know where to start and stuff like that. So it was very interesting, definitely food for thought. So I've got to mull over that a little bit more, but I definitely do believe it was helpful for me. I know things cannot go on the way they have, and I've tried. I've made certain efforts, like getting the unit, you know, the little office space, to move some of the stuff in. And I'm very aware that I don't want that place to become as cluttered. But then at the same point, you know, if I can get my house all organised properly, then I can, you know, start to do things more in the house, because I'd have the space to breathe. But you see, when my original shop closed, I had to bring a lot of the stuff into my home, because I had nowhere else for it to go. And my head was completely a shed at that time. I was in the middle of I would say, definitely say, a nervous breakdown. And it was, so a lot of it came into my house. And then I also had to put up with the person who was renting shelves in my shop, just basically taking over and convincing me that I was going mad. Yeah, I should have changed locks. And she would, my suppliers in my name, she would take over them and phone them up and basically cancel in my name, and put them into her name. All as she was there saying, oh, it's a way to help you take off the pressure. Well, she was the pressure. She used me. She stole from me. And so my trust issues took a real big hit at that point. And that was the first time that I got to that stage where I didn't want to be here anymore. I just wanted it to be gone, in whichever way that meant. But yes, I've crawled back and I've assessed and sort of looked at things. And yeah, but so my house has then got all those memories mixed up in with a lot of all the stuff from my shop. So I'm permanently surrounded by the memories of what that freaking woman did to me. And so it's not healthy. So to get it out into another place where then I can strengthen my home base back to being a home and not a reminder, then I can you know, get on with, and then I can go into the other place and slowly sort that out, and then it won't be mixed with my home life. It'll just be, this is this, and then I can get shot of it better, I think. Or it won't have the same emotional attachments, because it won't be mixed in with my home, if any of that makes sense. But, well, yeah. But I just can't wait for it to be done. So I've really got to crack on. And so when I get that shed to put my scooter in, I won't be able to use it for putting anything else in, because it's mainly for my scooter, and you know, that's what it's going to be used for. And yeah, I might slip in the odd outdoor thing that goes with my scooter out there, you know, like the bags that I use with it when I'm using my scooter. But then I'll have more room in the hallway, because I've only got a very small hallway. But then that means if stuff is in the shop, in the office, and then my scooter's in the thing, then the only thing that's left in my house will be my hobby stuff and stuff, the small bits that haven't moved to the unit. And then I can then use my hallway to sort of, you know, move things out of the sitting room, stack it up, pile it all up in the hallway. Yeah, I may not be able to get out, but I have a window. And then I can, you know, sort the sitting room out. Because at one point, I really want to get new carpet in here. So that'd be another thing that I'll be saving up for. And I mean, it's such a small house. The carpet shouldn't be much, because I'll get an off cut. And then the guys to fit it, they're pretty reasonable. And so I would do that. But first I'd want to do the painting and the and sort out my fireplace and everything else. Yeah. So there's so much that I want to do, and then I can settle down and just sort of have a dedicated sort of space to do my diamond painting downstairs, and then maybe upstairs in my bedroom I can have another craft area. Or I just turn this downstairs area into a craft room, which is probably right. But yeah, I'm cracking on, aren't I, with this? That's rather good. I don't know whether you saw the bit over here. I've done all that bit. Yes. So it's not taking too long once you go on. I think my putty could do with a little bit more. It's sort of dying in places. You know, and it picks up some and then it doesn't pick up others. Right, let's get these bits done, shall I? Get these done, shall I? And then I pick it up. They all fall off. Oh, don't fall off there. Pain. Turning upside down. So what are everyone's plans for this year? Have you got any sort of things that you want to finish, complete, try? Because you can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. Even if you think, oh, I don't know whether I can do that at this moment in time, you can. Bite-sized chunks, as they say. Yes, I know I've got that unit, that office space, and I've got to take the rest of the stuff there. But I've got to that bit where I've got lots of little bits, and those little bits sort of kind of cross over a lot. A lot of them are sort of like at the moment I've been trying to get the stuff which I can sell to go to the unit. But I've also got those little bits which are the crafting bits. So I've just got to, I mean, some of it I can do here. I mean, some of it is like my own personal, not nothing to do with old businesses or anything like that. Stuff, you know, like I've got a few Sizzix dies which I don't particularly use, so I might as well get a shot of those. So I'll put them up on eBay so I can start doing a bit of that, photographing things and just shoving them up and getting shot, and then no doubt regretting that I got shot of them, because I've suddenly found a project that I could do with it. Oh dear. Because my theory, when I get things, when I get a bee in my bonnet of stuffs that I want to do, I have to get all the stuff. If I haven't got the stuff then and there to do it, I then have to get the stuff. And then of course by the time I've got the stuff and it's arrived and everything else like that, I've gone off wanting to do that. And so I don't do it, but I've got all the stuff around me. So it's kind of like it's so I'm now in the thing of, is it really actually me wanting to do that stuff, or do I get more enjoyment of gathering everything to do it and then that's it? Because it's quite a lot of times that I've done that. I basically so wanted to do it, and then as soon as I have everything to do it, I get bored and I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm trying to decide whether it is I actually want to do it, whether I just, you know, procrastinate, or my, say, ADD, which I'm definitely certain I've got, ADHD or whatever, ADD, and whether it's that is stopping me, because I always tend to start things but never finish them, except when it comes to collecting the items, and I can do that till the cows come home. And whether it's that, I've lost my train of thought now, oh bugger. But yeah, so I've got to think, is it my why do I stop? Oh, I knew where I was going and then I lost it. Oh, for God's sakes, I hate that. Yeah, why do I stop when I've got it all? It's like checklists, you know. This is what you need. I mean, like when I was younger and I used to go to guy camps and things like that, I loved it, and I loved getting the list of the things that you had to take. And I remember getting that sheet of paper which had been typed out, because we didn't have computers back then, and it had been typed out and by the guide leader, and we had little tick boxes that we had to, things that you had to take. And I loved working my way down that list, and that was all part of camp, before I even got to camp. The gathering of the items needed. And you just sort of think, oh, so is it do I actually want to do that project, or do I just want to gather? And you just sort of, oh, I don't know. So I've got to try and get in my head, work out that bit and just sort of try and understand what it is about that I find so appealing, and is it a case of that it promises to look good, it promises to be a good thing, to be nice and happy, and then I know that it's, as like in my life, things don't turn out to be that happy, that I stop before it gets to that stage of finding out, because I don't want to find out whether it's going to be a success or not, so I don't continue, if any of that makes sense. Oh God, look at that. That really annoys me when it does that. And then when you go push it up, usually it goes bing elsewhere. Oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, so I have to see, I have to work things out, think things through, It's been an ongoing battle and an ongoing sort of thing. All my life I've been trying to understand why I do things. And is it because of, you know, nature or nurture kind of thing? And what can I do about it? And it's like finding coping techniques, isn't it? Strategies and things. Oh, upside down. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then a pillow. Oh dear, stop it. Something going off on a tangent. But wow. All this on white. My God. Okay, on B5200. Yes. Oh dear. I'm going to have for dinner today. I fancy soup. I really like that hearty Yorkshire soup, I think it's called. And it's the chicken. The chicken and... What is it? The chicken and... I've got the tub in here, but it hasn't got the... It's got the fat from when I did the lamb. Roast chicken and traditional vegetables. It's rather expensive, but oh, it's good. I think I'm just going to have baked potato today because I've got coleslaw which I need to use up. Got some more butter now, and I've got cheese, and I've got some veggies, and then tomorrow I've got bacon and eggs. Oh God, can you believe it? I was doing my roasting my lamb the other day. So I got a big joint of lamb. It wasn't a joint of lamb. It was one of these rolled lamb bits, and it was sort of quite a lot. You know, lamb is a bit fatty, and it's just got not much lamb to it. And but I'd cooked it, and that'd be several meals worth, and it was, and a few sandwiches in between. And I thought, what am I going to have with it? I've got some new potatoes, because I thought, yeah, new potatoes, they're cheaper. And I thought, yes, I could. I've got some baking spuds. I could chop up some baking spuds, I was thinking, and put them in my air fryer. And then I remembered, I got shot of that air fryer. I sent it to the charity shop. And isn't it bloody typical? The second you get shot of something, then you suddenly think, oh, I could have done with that. Gutting. Absolutely gutting. What's going on here? What is going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why do some rows of 10 work out lovely and the next row of 10 could work out completely and utterly crap? It riles me, that. Oh well. Sylvie, getting there, she says. Yeah, I suppose I am. The good thing is I don't have to look up my at my Threadbare app to see where I am, because it's all one colour. God, I remember used to do the checkerboard technique and everything. Crazy, isn't it? Single placing skill that one was. I'm just filling in some all over. This is my equivalent of checkerboard. No rhyme nor reason as to where I'm going. Yes. I need more drills in this tray. May look like I've got a lot, but the kids will be back at school shortly. God, I remember that. Oh, I used to really look forward to the first day back at school, but not when it happened. I would like wanting to go back to school so I can catch up with all my friends. We could say all what we got for Christmas and what we did and all that kind of stuff. And then afterwards, it was like, no, forget it. I'll go home now. Don't want to do this anymore. Don't want to play. But yeah. So glad that that's all over. My God. But I've never been a sort of a... Oh, I don't know, actually. I suppose I was kind of like a morning person many years ago. Because I used to like getting up and getting out before anybody spotted me, really. But then again, I was a pretty lonely person when I was little. Well, right, where are we on now? Do you know what? I think I might have to stop the filming now because there's only so much you can deal with of this same colour. So I will continue this off cam. And in the meantime, I will love you and leave you. And I will thank you so much for watching and putting up with me with white. But we're getting there. I only got that to go down the bottom. And yeah, so on that note, I will see you in the next one. So please remember, if you wouldn't mind, like, subscribing, commenting and sharing, and let me know what you're up to this year, what your plans are for this year. Okay, see you in the next one. Love you all. Bye.